Hi guys, so today I want to talk about books that I recommend for healing, people in therapy, and people that are going through trauma or stuff like that, and just really, really good psychology books. So I'm just going to jump right in. So the first book I would love is the Drama of the Gifted Child by Alice Miller, The Search for the True Self. This is a really good book that will help you understand your childhood and how it affects your adulthood. And she just explains it very straightforward, unlike other psychologists like Freud and Jung. She was kind of like excluded from the club because she's just kind of like straight to the point and the general public can understand. Versus if you read a Freud book, you're kind of like, what's going on? This is a really, really good book. She has a few others that I have, and I haven't read them yet, but this one is one of her tops. And this is really, really, really good if you are trying to heal your inner child. The next book that I think is astounding, and I do read some chapters individually over and over, and then I have worked this book and I also come back to it sometimes. This is called Homecoming: Reclaiming and Championing Your Inner Child by John Bradshaw. He is like the king of your inner child. He really delves into each part of your psyche as a child and what you can do to fix each stage. So if something went wrong in adolescence, something went wrong in your toddlers, when you were a toddler, you can come fix it. And this is just really, really a book that could really heal a lot of people if it is worked. If you just read it and like kind of see where you're missing, what spots you're missing. Very enlightening book. Definitely recommend Homecoming by John Bradshaw. So the next book is called Why Am I Afraid to Tell You Who I Am by John Powell. And this book is really good for finding your identity. And it gives you insights on your self-awareness, personal growth, and how you communicate with others. It says, why do we continually hide our real selves from the people around us? Why are we so insecure and afraid to open up? So he explains how to be more emotionally open. And he just shows how people adopt roles and play psychological games. So how we protect our inner selves, which comes back to childhood. And he says that only then can we grow when we reach our inner child and when our real self is developed. So he actually is a priest, but this is a very eye-opening book, and it kind of gives you insight into why you might be hiding your true self from others. So I think this would be a really good book for anyone in the healing process or therapy. Next is The Power of No. So this book is really, really good. It just, most people with, trauma and issues in childhood have trouble saying no, are people pleasers, codependent. So they don't like to say no, and it bothers them. But this is a really good book to reread as well if you're kind of like in a situation. Just kind of take back your power and realize that like you don't have to say yes to a lot of things you say yes to. Basically this book has helped me a lot to say no when I really wanted to say, help me to say no, because typically I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah. And then you kind of overwork or, overstimulate, or you're kind of like in a situation you don't want to be in. So this kind of breaks it down by job, life, and gives you examples of why you need to learn the power of no. So great book. Next is The Art of Loving by Eric Fromm. So this kind of like breaks down loving. Like there's like different types of love. There's like romantic love. There's like familial love. So he is a psychologist, and he's also a really, really good writer. So it's really interesting to read. So yeah, he just basically breaks down all kinds of love. So there's like brotherly love, erotic love, self-love, and the love of God, and the love of parents for their children. And this is a famous psychoanalyst, Eric Fromm. So he is one of my all-time favorites, and he is just one of the best psychoanalysts, I believe. So he this is a really, really good book if you are on the healing journey. Next is The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. So she is the writer of Codependent No More. So a lot of people that have trauma in childhood struggle with codependency, and she wrote Codependent No More, which is another book I recommend 100%. But this book is just a daily meditations book. So I like to start out my day by reading a meditation. It's very pertaining to trauma, so self-care. The idea of giving ourselves what we want and need can be confusing, especially if we've spent many years not knowing that it's okay to take care of ourselves, taking our energy and focus off others and their responsibilities and placing the energy onto ourselves. We learned it by daily practice. Like, it's just basically addressing a lot of things that, people with trauma struggle with. And it kind of, after I read it, I feel really, relaxed and this is great for morning and night to kind of relax you. And I think that's pretty much it. I would say that that's a good start. And there's a lot of books I have on my Kindle, so I can do like a Kindle version of this as well. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I wish you luck on your healing journey and healing your inner child. And these books will really, really help you. And please like and subscribe and join the book family, because I have a lot more recommendations for you guys coming and a lot more exciting stuff to talk about. So love you guys so much, and I hope you're having a great summer. Love you. Bye.